Hello, this is Johannes, aka Vincent Shine here, and this is a video response to Tim's video about negativity and realism. And I was thinking about these topics a bit myself, and the negativity thing is something I find that a lot of people misunderstand consistently. That negativity simply means you say something negative about something what someone else said, which I don't think is negativity at all. Negativity is a state of mind. As Tim said, that you try to get into closed mode again, that you try to negatively impact whatever someone else said, when you cut them off, when you try to downplay their idea. But I don't think you necessarily have to agree with everything that someone else said to be a positive impact. That you can stay in open mode even if you disagree with their ideas. You can say, yes, your idea is interesting, but no, I won't let you play a dragon. But maybe I have another idea. Maybe you can join a dragon cult. Maybe you can ally a dragon. Maybe you can choose a character class which gets dragon-like abilities. There are tons of possibilities in a lot of systems to give you a little bit of freedom within the system to make compromises, make the idea more interesting. Also, you should always talk and make the idea more interesting in the process. You shouldn't just agree with something just because you think it sounds cool. You should always try to give another idea, give the next idea, make it interesting. You can play around with ideas. Okay, you want to play a dragon. What kind of dragon? Do you want to be a large dragon, a small dragon? Do you want to be hunted? Do you want to be trapped in the body of a human? Do you want to, what do you want? What aspect of a dragon is interesting to you? You should always try to start a conversation, and trying to get into the open mode is so much easier when you try to juggle around ideas and maybe even discuss some ideas which may or not even be practical, but maybe they bring you to the point where you find something that you really, really enjoy doing. And the other point is about realism, that I think realism is very subjective, and I also think it's bound to the setting you play in. When you play in specific worlds, maybe they don't act on the same rules of realism that we expect. Realism is a subjective thing because even if we see a person in an action movie getting thrown through a wall, we don't automatically assume that he's mush now. We assume that he survives and maybe has some injuries, because that's in the realism of the movie, that's what should happen. And so we should, in most games, think about how does the world work? What is considered realistic? Do we assume that all physical things happen exactly like they do on Earth? Do we have to calculate stuff like that? Do we have to calculate trajectories? Do we have to think about chemistry? We had a situation in another game where a player character was doused in oil and put on fire, and another one tried to quench the flames with water, and I was like, but wouldn't that be more dangerous? It would create a huge gust of flame. It would create a fireball essentially, because the oil would evaporate and even create a giant flame, which would happen in real life, by the way. But our GM said, no, it doesn't happen, because it's the world we play in. This doesn't work like that. And I'm completely fine with this explanation as long as it's consistent. And that's the thing about realism. You don't have to be real to be considered realistic. You have to be consistent. If a normal person doesn't die from falling from the second floor, then nobody should. If it's normal for people to survive something like that, then it's normal. If it's normal for someone to survive a hit with a sword, then it should be normal for everyone. There shouldn't be some people who apply to these rules and some people who don't. In my Dungeon World campaign, it was completely normal for the fighter to jump up considerable distances, 20 feet, 30 feet even sometimes in the higher levels. And it was considered normal. Even enemies did this stuff like that. Even in the worlds, you can see it in the world of Naruto, for example, where it's completely normal for every ninja to jump vast distances and jump from tree to tree as a normal mode of movement. And these things are what makes a system consistent, and with the consistency comes the realism in the heads of the players. You have to buy into the realism of the world. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say about these topics. See you next time.